right. I'm a little bit down. I'm down in some. I'm a little down. He says, no, you're going to win. But you have to be there. You have to come in. You have to talk to the people like we did this afternoon at the hangar. And he said, you're going to win. I mean, you're going to win. He's a very smart guy, I want to tell you. Great guy. But he said, you got to come in. And I've been making speeches, 3 today, 4 yesterday, 3 or 4 the other day. We're here constantly. You're going to get so sick of me. You're going to say, oh, get him the hell out of here. No, we're going to. But we are making so much progress, and it's been so inspiring to see the people. I mean, look at even you people. You don't sit down. If you want, you can. Let's stay up. Stand up. What the heck? We don't want to sit down. Hey, we've got plenty of time to sit down, right? We've got plenty of time. But I do appreciate that. That's a sign of affection, and it's a sign of respect, and I really do appreciate that. That's really nice. So we have to bring our country back, and so many different things. With China, we have a trade deficit of $500 billion a year. With Mexico, we will build a wall. We will have strong borders. Strong border, believe me. We have a trade deficit of $58 billion a year. The wall's going to cost $10 billion to build. And people, the politicians, are saying, how can you possibly get them to pay? Let me tell you something, folks. And we have some good business people in this audience. When you have a $58 billion deficit and you have a $10 billion wall, it's real easy. And that's on a yearly basis, the 58. It's really easy. And they don't understand it. They said, but how do you get them to pay? I said, it's so easy. And you understand. Just rely on me, okay? Rely. So easy. That's so easy. And we're going to have a strong border. You know, 2 days ago, I was greatly honored because the Border Patrol, the folks that do a great job, and they're told to stand back, but they don't want to stand back. They want to do their job properly. They're proud people. They're incredible people. Frankly, before the wall goes up, we might not even need the wall, but we're building it anyway, okay? We're building it anyway. Believe me. But the Border Patrol people are unbelievable people, and it's 15,500 people gave me an endorsement 2 days ago. And I didn't ask for it. I didn't know. First time they've ever done it, right? First time they've ever done it, and they gave me an endorsement. And it's so important. Now, Sheriff Joe from Arizona, you know, I won Arizona really big, and Sheriff Joe was with me, and it was incredible, and we love it. Now, look, we have to have strong borders. We can't let the Syrians come in that we have no idea who they are, where they're coming from. We don't know if they're Syrians. This could be the all-time great Trojan horse. Who knows? I have as big a heart as anybody. We want to help them. We want to build safe zones in Syria. I want to get the Gulf states to pay for it. The Gulf states have nothing but money. We don't have money. We will run it. We will do a good job. We'll get it done. But let somebody else pay for it for a change. We can't do it. Now, okay, so I keep getting these requests. You know, Al Green, the great Al Green, wrote The Snake. How many people have heard The Snake? How many people? Oh, do you want to hear The Snake? Do you want to hear it? I mean, people love it, and I love it because it says what's going to happen to us if we're not careful. And this really pertains to allowing people into our country that we know are we're going to have problems. We're going to have huge problems. Allowing people in from areas of the world, we don't know where they come from. We don't know where their documents are. They say they don't have documents. There are no papers, no nothing. We let them in. How stupid can we be? So this is called The Snake. And I think it's pretty good, all right? So we'll give it a shot. Are you ready for this? A couple of you have heard it, but some of you haven't. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty-colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. "Oh, well," she cried, "I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman," cried the broken snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a curvature of silk, and then laid him by the fireside with some honey and some milk. Now she hurried home from work that night. As soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. Take me in, O tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the broken snake. Now she clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, heaven's sake, you might have died. Now she stroked his pretty skin, and then she kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, O tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the very, very healthy snake. I saved you, cried the woman, and you've bit me, heavens why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in. Right? That's what's happening to our country, folks. That's what's happening to our country, and we can't let it happen. We have to be smart. We have to be vigilant. We have to be strong. And if we're not going to have a country. And we need borders, and we're going to have borders. And we need great trade deals, and we're going to make great trade deals. And we can't let Mexico, and I have great respect for Mexico, and I respect their leaders, but we can't let Mexico and China and any country you want to name steal our business, steal our jobs. When you look at what's happening in Wisconsin, and you see it, the reason I beat your governor, and I beat him badly, was I just read off the statistics. All I did, I stood up and I read statistics. You're losing jobs. And you know, Stephen came out before me and he gave you some of the information, so I'm not going to bore you with it. But it's very average, okay? It's very average. Our country is less than average. Our country is doing so badly. And it's just one of those things. And we have to smarten up. We have to get really tough. We have to get so vigilant and not be so politically correct. We have to do what's right for our country. When the great Ford Motor Company, great company, when they build a $2.5 billion plant in Mexico, when Nabisco moves its massive plant to Mexico from Chicago, we can't let it happen. When Carrier Air Conditioner, as you know, they just announced they're moving to Mexico. Pfizer's moving to Ireland. But let me just tell you, so I watch the politicians, and they have no business instincts, but more importantly, they're taken care of. You know, a lot of friends come up to me and they say, Donald, let me ask you a question. These politicians are they that dumb? I said, no, they're not actually that dumb. Some are, but they're not actually that dumb. They're all taken care of by the special interests. And when you want something done, you see certain people in Washington, hey, who is better than me? I mean, take a look at me. Before June 16th, I was a part of the establishment. And they will do not what's right for you, but they will do what's right for the company they represent or the country they represent. And the United States continues to get ripped off. And a lot of times they'll say, how could a deal be so stupidly made? These people are so stupid. I said, they're not stupid. They're doing it for themselves. They're doing it because they want campaign contributions. They're doing it because they want money put in their PACs. They are totally controlled by the money. Believe me, they're totally controlled by the money. And that's not good for our country, okay? That's not good because terrible things are happening and we're getting weaker and weaker. Hundreds of thousands and even millions of jobs are being taken out. You look at the jobs we have, even in Wisconsin. I mean, you see the jobs, the manufacturing, it's all so down and so gloomy and throughout the United States. And it's a disaster what's going on with our country. We're not going to have jobs left. And they do it with manipulation of currency. They do it with guile. They do it with so many different elements that our people don't even know what's happening. Our politicians, in most cases, don't even know what's happening. And when they do know what's happening and they let it happen, it's even worse. So I'm not taking money from anybody. I'm self-funding my campaign. And we're going to get it. We're going to get it stopped. Now, I look at this U.S. manufacturing. I mean, just look at this. Look at these charts. I mean, you can see them. I think you can all see. This is where we're going. You know that's not good, right? This is where we're going. There was one that I just saw. I just got this. It's like incredible. Look at this. This is U.S. manufacturing jobs rapidly declined since the year 2000. Look at that chart. Another couple of years, there won't be any jobs. And the jobs we have now are bad jobs. These are bad jobs. These aren't good jobs. And everybody admits that. Even the other side said, we agree, they're bad jobs. And the number that they talk about when they say 5% unemployment, it's a fictitious number. When you stop looking for a job, you're considered statistically employed. It's a number that was made up years ago, probably by presidents, but certainly by politicians, to make them look good, to make them look really good. Like the economy. The economy's not good. The economy's bad. We're sitting on a bubble. The banks have money. They give it to you for nothing if you're rich. If you're not rich, that's when you need the money. They don't loan it to you. So the people can't do jobs. Probably here you have some great companies, some really good smaller companies. You can't get the banks to give you money. The banks are controlled by the regulators. The system that this country is run under is out of control. And we're going to change it. We're going to bring back the jobs. We're going to bring back our companies. And, you know, I've had such a response, and the reason I've had that response is because of that. And then I look at the ads today. I'm in my hotel, and I'm looking at the ads, and Cruz makes up this ads. We're going to bring back jobs. He's using my same language. Here's the problem. They don't know where to begin. They don't know where to begin. And if they did, Lion Ted, lie. He comes up. Did you ever see a guy like this? Look what he did with Ben Carson. Ben Carson, who endorsed me, by the way, is a great guy. And Lion Ted, remember in Iowa? He said, Ben has left the race. He's left the race. He's in the middle. This was on election day. It's not like 2 days before or a day after. He's left the race. During the election, he left the race, okay? And people believed him. And thousands of votes were cast, not for Ben, but for Ted Cruz. It's pure, it's pure deception. It's lying. And then there were many other things. And actually, during one of the debates, Marco Rubio looked over. He says, you're a liar. And I said, you know, I've never heard a politician call another politician a liar, so now I can do it. So we call him Lion Ted, Lyin apostrophe. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, what he does and what he says is just terrible. And, you know, I've met a lot tougher people, but I've never met any human being that lied as much as him. And he comes in, and you notice the tremendous evangelical support I have. I have Jerry Falwell Jr. from Liberty University. I have all of these people. I have such incredible support. And the evangelicals, he thought he was going to get the evangelicals, but they don't like liars, and they see he lies so much. You ever see him? He walks up, and he walks in with the Bible, held high, right? Held high, and then he starts to lie. Boy, he is bad. So anyway, I don't think that you're going to fall for that. I really don't think that anybody can fall. He doesn't talk. He debates. Everything's like, you know, I said, Ted, take it easy. Just talk. But we're doing really well. The whole thing is just working out, and I loved being here. You know, I've been here for a long time now. Thank you. I've been here for a long time. I'm going to stay, we're going to stay tomorrow. We're going to have I think I'm doing Fox and Friends tomorrow morning. I'm doing some shows tomorrow. We're going to do some other shows, and we're going to be around, and we're going to make sure we want to bring this home. If we can, you know, we have a movement going on, folks, and it's a movement of intelligence, actually. It's a movement of common sense, because that's all it is. We're not going to let Carrier make air conditioners, fire all its people, move to Mexico, make air conditioners, then come in and take the money out of the country. It's not going to happen anymore. And I'm a free trader. And, you know, they say he is not, remember Jeb Bush? He is not a conservative. So what? I am a conservative. But you know what? I believe in free trade. But when you have free trade, you need smart people running your side of the free trade. If you don't have smart people, or if you have people like Ted Cruz that are totally controlled by the people that give him the money, and they're controlled by the establishment. I mean, look at the establishment. This guy, in his whole life, didn't know what the word establishment meant. Now you have all these people going because they say, oh, man, Trump is terrible. He doesn't want any of our money. I had one friend that came into my office. I don't think I've ever said this before. He came into my office. He wanted to